this lockdown, it has opened up multiple aspects. For some, the business has come to a standstill. For some, the life has come to a standstill. For the others, there's a new set of avenues which have opened up. And so I've tried to capture some of them in this next couple of 15-20 minutes. I'll be sharing about that, and then I'll open this for questions, and that is when we'll see what is it that you have in mind, and where is it that I can support you on that. All right. I'll start with how the business dynamics have been changing. All right. Year 2000, most of us were very much there, and most of us were adults then, and we could sense what all is happening in the world. And this is probably how the world looked like. Okay, we had telephones, we had mobile phones, we did a lot of business. Newspapers used to have advertisements. We still used to have yellow pages. That was the brick and mortar world. All right. In about 15 years, this is how the market changed. Okay, we started having telecalling, we started having email, and a plethora. So internet started becoming a normal thing, and a lot many apps and platforms on internet started becoming available. All right. This is what we called as the digital world. And then we had mobile phones. SEO started becoming important, and that was the era we still had Bitcoin. All right. As we moved to March 2020, so it's like 5 years later, this is what the digital market looks like. And then we have the connected world. All right. The handshake got replaced by the handcuff. So each one of us got married to the mobile phone. This was the digitally connected world, digital world. And this is what the connected world looks like. These are the four companies which have maximum data on this planet. And the acronym is FANG, F-A-N-G, Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google. You got these mobile phone players. You got the Play Store, YouTube, and a lot more of other applications. All right. Zomato and Swiggy serve us food, so they're replacing our kitchens. Ola and Uber are serving us cars, they are replacing our cars. Make My Trips and Oyos help us live outside. Paytm and Google Pay have taken us our money digital. And all this has been made possible by Jio, right? And this is barely 1 month ago. Zoom is very important, SEO is important, mobile phone is the most important thing today. And then we move to the next scenario. April 2020. We're in the connected world, handcuffed world. And then we have the locked world. Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, they still remain there. Apple and Android still there. Some more applications still there. Mobile phone very much there. Geo even more stronger than earlier. Zoom much more stronger than ever before. And all of a sudden, eGrowth also starts gaining currency. In the past 21 days, we've reached out to around 600 plus new people. This is when there's a lockdown. All right. Email is important. And we have another app which is called Arogya Setu, which was not there in our list, but now it is probably one of the most important apps. And the A has already moved to the Z. The Amazon has moved to the Zoom. This is how, in a split second, the world has changed. All right. I'll just take you through another piece of history. This is how humankind has progressed over the years or over the centuries and millennia. We had the primitive ages, then we had the middle age, then we had the industrial age, information age, and the next one is the age of leverage. So right now we're in the age of leverage. Primitive ages were marked by survival. Middle ages were all about luxury. Industrial age was all about mass consumption and growth. Information age is defined by three letters, ERA, which is experience, relationships, and algorithms. And age of leverage is less is more. This is the presentation which I proposed in July 2019. At that point in time, I had written less is more. Even I did not know what kind of impact it can have. And today, as we are locked inside our homes, I can very much see the impact of less is more, and each one of you as well. If you think less is more, you agree to this, please chat, put the word yes or less is more in the chat box. Let me hear from, see some of you responding to it. Less is more. Yes. Less is more. No. Okay, Dipankar says no, less is more. Fantastic. Sanjay Ahuja says yes. Less is more. Mithilesh says yes. All right, fine. So we move to the next one. Business by chance. Most of us have landed in the business by chance. It has not been by design. And this is what I mean by that. There's a beginning, and this beginning has happened either I have inherited it from my previous generation, or because of my experience, the kind of education that I've gone through, or all of a sudden I see a new trend happening. So I see a trend that people have started using Zoom, and eGrowth starts hosting these calls every morning. And then there is the legendary pink slip. I'm working for an employer. He gives me a pink slip, and next morning I become an entrepreneur. The second stage of the business is growth. We've got quite a few coaches here, and they would be speaking on this. Growth is all about forming a company, identifying customers, and then going after them, sale, sale, sale. Next piece is the struggle. Receivables start mounting, manpower goes haywire, working capital issues, margins issues. This is typically how our businesses are, all right? And then there is another kind of a business, which is a business by design. Design is all about creation. This is the phase where the business is in the startup space and is driven by the future. Then there is the development phase, which is the maintenance. This is where the business sees growth. And this is where business is driven by the present. It is driven by the transactions, okay, deliveries, cash collection, all right? And the third phase is to diversify. This is where we monetize the business. Either we start duplicating it, or we divest and move into some other business, all right? So like the legendary Trinity, we've got the Trinity here, Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh, Srijan, Vikas, and Uthan. Says, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. Norman Schwarzkopf. Now let us look at the inherent nature of business. Okay? There are transactional businesses where there's an input, little or no process, and there's an output. There's a customer, there's a seller, and there's an agent. Then we got network-centric businesses. These are monolithic organizations, they are hierarchical organizations, these are franchise businesses, or there are tech-heavy organizations. These are defined by scale, agility, hyperlocal, technology, and velocity. All right. And then we've got the leveraged businesses. These are defined by exponential or explosive growth, like we are seeing with Zoom right now. In the past around 2 months, its stock has scaled by maybe 3 or 4 times. And it is experiencing both good and bad onslaught every day. There are millions of new users that it has got, and there are thousands of people who are trying to bring it down. That is a leveraged business. That's an exponential or explosive growth. And you know what is the saleable product of a leveraged business? It is the ability to leverage. A McDonald's leverages its process. Zoom has leveraged its platform. Google leverages its technology. So it's the ability to leverage that is the product. It is not what they are doing, because what they are doing is transient, it changes. But the ability to leverage is something which continues. All right. Now, these businesses are complex, multi-dimensional engagement, and they've got holographic relationships. Holographic means they are not linear. You don't have to do one thing after the other. There can be multiple activities which are happening simultaneously. Development is happening, customers are being dealt with, finance is being managed, and a whole lot more. So leverage businesses are defined by multiple inputs, parallel processes, and multiple outputs, all happening simultaneously. All right. Let's go for a deep dive into a leverage business. Okay. So how many of you have heard the term networking? So just type yes in the message box. Let me hear that. So do you know networking? Networking? Yes, 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 yes. Great. So then all of you know what is networking. Then maybe we need to skip this slide. But still, because I have made it, I would still take you through this. And I promise you, this slide is something what we have never ever seen earlier. You have never ever looked at networking like this. All right. In networking, typically we use a term called hunter. We've got quite a few hunters in this group right now who are listening to this presentation. We may not agree or we may not choose to consider ourselves as hunters, but we are. A hunter is consistently looking for prey and is gunning after the prey. All right. And then the moment we talk about hunter, we also talk about the farmer. You got quite a few farmers also in this talk right now. Right. The catch of the farmer is pretty colorful. And the third one, which you would have not heard, many of you would be hearing it for the very, very first time. It's the weaver. A weaver creates a piece of art. Okay. Somebody's drawn a line. It's really awesome. Thank you. All right. So here I want to bring something to your notice. Okay. Just observe. So in case of a hunter, the prey never ever comes and falls in the lap of the hunter. The hunter is consistently chasing the prey, and the prey is consistently running away. All right. So there's no love, there's no affection. The farmer, on the other hand, the farm feels good every time a farmer comes there. And the farmer feels great every time he looks at the crop. So there's a very pleasant kind of relationship there. The smell, the texture, the feel, Just look at it. Is your business in this space? Is this how you're dealing with your business? All right. And now let's look at the weaver. The weaver is the one who is in complete control of his network. Okay. He will add the next strain when he wants. The next thread is of a color that he wants. The design of the tapestry is what he wants, when he wants. The fabric which he's creating is what he wants. Look at it. The weaver is in the complete control of his network. You must be wondering what are these, what I've written in the brackets, the S, K, and the P. Well, the S stands for skill. Hunters have an awesome skill. They are awesome sales guys. They'll go and get a sale, come back with a catch, and most of the times larger and more valuable than anybody else. All right. The farmers have got skill and also the knowledge. Which crop grows when and where? What kind of a business gets created? How, what kind of people would give what kind of business? What kind of a conversation he needs to have so that the business is his? All right. And then the weaver adds another dimension to it, which is the process. He controls the entire process. And that is how his product has the largest life. His product has the largest value. And he commands the market. Right? I leave you with a thought. What kind of networking do you want to be engaged in? All right? Let's look at another dimension. This is called hierarchy of sales. At the bottom comes sale. Sale is an exchange. It's an active transaction. There's a buyer and a seller. The second piece is a referral, which is just an exchange of information. It's all about communication, and you have referral agents. Referral is like pollination. Okay. For a flower to grow, it needs to pollinate. And that is where you got various agents for pollination. This is how the fruit grows. This is how the nature takes care of the referral piece. If we learn from there, we use that in our business as well. The third level of maturity is networking. This is nurtured relationships. There's a lot of grooming which is required. We need to handle the ego of, or deal with the ego of the other human being. We need to deal with the moods and the life situations of the people. That is how we become a good networker. All right. And networking is a personal phenomena. My network is mine, yours is yours. I cannot do anything about it. Best thing is we can pass referrals to each other. Beyond that, unless I make that network my own, I cannot do anything with that. And the fourth level of maturity is leverage. Leverage is matured network. The high point here is process and precision. This has a charged ecosystem. When we're talking about the leverage model, we are talking about this space. Another question for you. Is your business, okay, just post in the chat box, in which stage is your business? Are you into sales, referrals, networking, or leverage? Let us hear something from you. Yeah, keep going. Networking, network. Amit Singh is leverage, referral, networking, sales, partly up to networking, L&N, network, sales. All right. So a big round of applause to the ones who already mature to the stage of leverage. And to the others, you might want to look at how to take it to the next level. All right. Let's look at another aspect of a leverage business. Cash flow quadrant. All of us have heard this. All right. So I'll not talk much about it. There's the employee. I've got the wrong this thing. Okay. So after employee, you become a self-employed, then a business owner, and then an investor. So ESBI. Now let us look at the leverage quadrant. The left side is where the person is alone, the business owner, or maybe a small team. And what he's selling is time. On the right hand side, there's a complete team structure. And this has only about 10% or maybe less. I don't have the exact figures. Our stock market and financial guys, they would have the figures, how much percentage has how much wealth globally. But I have just simply put it as 10% of the people would have 90% of the wealth. The interesting piece here is it is the system which is working. All right. The B quadrant, the business quadrant, is the one which is the leverage quadrant, and where we talk about the turnover. I still have to come across a business owner who is 100% investor. So that means the best quadrant is top right. Are you in a matured state over there? Just a food for thought. All right. So now, do you want to know the leverage model? Let us have another set of yeses. Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, that's it. Others don't want it. Don't want it. Of course. All right, great. So now let me take a couple of minutes to take you through what the leverage model is all about. Okay. The leverage model starts with a dot. This dot is the future of your business. This is the soul of your business. All right. The second piece is the lifeline, which is the product. Third piece is the opportunity or the market. And the fourth piece is the game, the process, which puts all these things together, the future, the lifeline, and the opportunity. This is all what the leverage model is. This term, I have coined it. This way of explanation, I have done that. And here is something else what I say. I say, business is a game which is played within a 6-inch arena. The space between your ears, and project it to the globe. So this is the leverage model. Create a game within your mind and project it to the globe. Right? Let's move further. What is the future? Future is all about fun. Future is fantastic, unlimited, never ending. Lifeline, what's the product? It's all about the love, intimacy, familiarity, and excitement. It's about your product. It's about how your product engages with your consumers. It's about how the market responds to your business. All right. And obviously, the outcome is a bestseller. Opportunity. Opportunity, I say, is the distance between you and a yes, the journey between you and a yes. right? Opportunity has an owner. It's all about profit, perception, an organization, resonance, the customer, usability, the need of the customer, integrity, trust, and a yes. I'd like to bring your to your notice that we had two P's here, and we choose to have profit before the perception. Because if you are not keeping an eye on the profit, you are not in business. All right, let's move further. What's the game? Game has a goal, it has an arena, it has measures, and the key element of a game is execution. If I have everything on the design board and nothing executed, the game is no good. All right. So my invitation to all of you is, let's play golf. That's all what the leverage model is: game, opportunity, lifeline, and future. This person with a T here is me in 2007. This was the first time I played golf ever. This was in Prince Willie, Hawaii Islands, the United States. At that point in time, I never knew that I would be using this image over here. All right. Now let's put things in perspective. We were speaking about the business by design. This design. So design, I said, it has the create piece. That is where the leverage model fits in. Develop. That's where the eGrowth framework fits in. The eGrowth platform, the eGrowth ecosystem, which has brought you to this call, is a part of the maintenance. It's a part of the growth piece. All right. Diversify. It's all about monetizing. It's about mergers and acquisitions. All right. So once again, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. What next? So I deliver this leverage model as a program which is called Ubuntu. Ubuntu is an African philosophy which is about coming together. Okay. This is an 8 weeks program which has 4 work days and 4 play days. What that means is that 4 days I run you through the theory or different aspects of the leverage model. And on 4 days, which are the play days, this is where you deal with your business and I work with you to help you get your act right. Okay. And we do this 1 day a week. So the 4 pieces are future, lifeline, opportunity, and game. Okay. We will be starting this program next week. So in April 21st and 28th will be the work day and the play day for the future element. 5th and 12th of May, we'll have the lifeline element. 19th and 26th May, we'll have the opportunity element. 2nd and 9th of June, we'll have the game element. If you would observe, all these are Tuesdays. We will put aside around 5 hours a day to take you through this, and you'll have the entire week to work on it. At the end of these 8 weeks, you will have a game plan ready for your business. That's my promise. Market price for this kind of a program can vary anywhere from 1 lakh to 10 lakh rupees. So in the chat, Let me hear once again from you. Put Ubuntu. So if you are keen to participate in Ubuntu, UBUNTU, just you would also do. Manish Bajaj. Thanks, Manish. Jyoti Jain, Dipankar Prashar. Keen but not sure. Sukhdeepak Malwai, I will discuss with you about Ubuntu. Sanjeev Ahuja, you. Vijay Purti, yes. Fantastic, guys. Keep your answers coming in. I'll move further. All right. Your price is only 16,000 rupees for this entire 8 weeks program, 5 hours a day, every week. All right. If you think this is something which you are keen to do, please put your message in the chat box and we'll have a conversation later. And here's something, the deal of the day. This is called as the strategic leverage breakthrough session. So if you are somebody who thinks that this conversation that we've had so far, it is worthwhile, and this is something what can make a difference to your business, even in the state of lockdown, and you would like to have a committed conversation with me, I will set aside half an hour for a committed conversation with you. All right. And you would pay only 2,000 rupees for this. Okay. If you would like to avail of this, in the chat box, go and type SLBS. 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 Thank you, Pandeji. It is really an honor that you will help us promote it through IIA. SLBS. SLBS. All right. And the icing on the cake is, if you opt for SLBS or strategic leverage breakthrough session, and then you decide or choose to go into the Ubuntu program, rupees 2,000 will be adjusted towards your fees there. How's that? So any questions that you have, any challenge that you are facing in your business, I'm ready to help you with that. The window is half an hour, and we can set the time. I'll speak to you later in the day. All right. You can still take your time and maybe send me a WhatsApp or just keep on writing here. Let's move further. So sometime last year, after I worked on the leverage model, I thought, let me put this entire thing together. And I enshrined that into a book which is called GOLF, Mastering Business Success. This is a book which is available for sale at rupees 200 only. If you opt for a strategic business leverage session, you will have a copy of this book. As of now, you will get the soft copy. And whenever we meet, I'll give you a copy. If you want, I'll be honored to sign it for you. All right. धन्यवाद. मेरा नाम अतुल पुरी है. मैं atul@egrowth.org इस ईमेल आईडी पर अवेलेबल हूँ. मेरा मोबाइल नंबर 9899116054 98991116 054. To know more about the leverage model, you can go to eGrowth.org/the leverage model. I'll stop sharing the presentation.